Yes, your boy Cat John. And we're gonna call this video here proof that Dr. York, Prince York, and Zachariah Sitchin lied about aliens in the Sumerian text. Cat Jungle, nigga. The Holy Tablet, when it talks about the Sumerian and the creation story and aliens and the planet Risk and the creation of man, it's all lies, man. It's all lies made up by that white boy Zachariah Sitchin. Dr. York didn't do his research about that. You can tell when you read the Holy Tablet, he didn't have the king list in there. He go from kings, skipping kings and periods and just throwing names in there of people that wasn't even real. I confronted Prince York online. I questioned him about the inconsistencies in their doctrine. He didn't want to deal with it. He blocked my partner who asked him the same question. I didn't even try to argue, disrespect him. He started disrespecting us, calling us devils, claiming we didn't know what we was talking about. So here's a list of stories that you can look into that exposes the lies that's in the doctrine. Inky and the World Order. Supposedly, according to Zachariah Sitchin in York, it describes Inky coming from space, seeing heavenly bodies as he's coming to Earth, crash landing in the Persian Gulf, and establishing Eridu. But when you read Inky in the World Order, you'll see nothing about aliens, nothing about rocket ships or anything. The story of Inky and Nineveh. Supposedly, it's supposed to be a story about aliens crossbreeding with primates, creating humans, hybrids, trial and errors, different species that came from that. But when you read the text, it doesn't support it. Just another lie created by Zachariah Sitchin, pushed by Dr. York, because he knew a lot of people at that time was looking for something different. He found a lot of space cadets, and he pushed the story to them. The destruction of Earth, Sumer and Earth. Supposedly, Sodom and Gomorrah and all the cities in the plain was rain, brimstone, and missiles from radioactive weapons, and it killed everything in that little vicinity. But when you read the destruction of Earth, that's not what destroyed Earth. It was the Gutium, the whites that was now starting to invade the Mesopotamia region. That's what brought an end to the Sumerian dynasty. That's just another lie invented by Zechariah and pushed by Dr. York, and can't be answered by Prince York. Ninurta returns to Nibiru. Now, supposedly by Zechariah and pushed by others, it's supposed to be Ninurta in his Blackbird ship traveling to Nibiru, which is supposed to be outside of our planet and only crosses Earth every 3,600 years. This is a lie. First of all, in this story, Nibiru was one of the oldest cities, one of the first 5 oldest cities in Sumer. And even if in Nibiru, in other occasions, it's described as Merduk or the planet Jupiter. It was seen every year, not 3,600 years. This is just another lie created by Zechariah to push the aliens from another planet coming to Earth, whole drama. And Dr. York pushed it, and Prince still can't answer. It's just lies, man. The marriage of Martu. Supposedly, it's supposed to be an alien marrying a human woman. This is another lie. Inky and Ninhursanga. Another story where they get the Sumerian Adam and Eve coming from the rib from Zachariah Sitchin and creating these hybrids again. Another lie. Another lie. The Sumerian flood story, where supposedly after the flood, the God, the Igigi, come back to Earth and take the Anunnaki back to their galaxy. This is another lie. The Enuma Elish, the creating of hybrids from aliens. This story is also another lie. The tablet doesn't support any of this. These are just lies to keep your attention. And you don't have to believe me. Like Dr. York say, I used to be a student of his teachings. Go check it out for yourself. And then once you check it out, don't deny it. Now you have to ask yourself, damn, why have you been lying to me? I'm finna give you a little more. The Sumerian king list. This is actually the king list for all the Sumerian kings that ruled over Sumer, but a lot of the UFO alien Nuwaubian people like to use this because they say kingship descended from heaven to earth. But what it's really saying is when up from An the kingship came, the kingship was placed in Eridu. Now the question is, what is An? An in this text is translated by most scholars as sky to deny the Egyptian Sumerian connection, and should be strictly translated as a proper name for the city of Anu in ancient Egypt. This city is also known as Heliopolis by the Greek. In the Bible, the city is known as Un. Genesis 41, 45, and 50, Isaiah 45:20. Yeah, that's right. Kingship was extended from the city of An in northeast Africa and placed in Eridu, southwest Asia at about 5400 BC by the last of the Kadan culture, who were fleeing to escape assimilating with the Badari culture. The Kadan culture eventually becomes replaced by the Badari culture by 5000 BC. They become ancestors of pre-dynastic Egypt, and the Badari who migrated to Eridu became known as the Ubaid culture of Sumer, distant relatives of the Egyptians. This increased the distribution of African languages into Asia and will become known as Afro-Asiatic languages. Proto-Afro-Asiatic began in Northeast Africa 16,000 to 11,000 years ago, and the actual Afro-Asiatic language as we know it today was born about 7500 BC. This is why so many old Sumerian single-syllable words have Egyptian roots. Check out Cat Jungle discredits theory of Sumerian language being an isolate and proves its African connection. Cat Jungle, nigga.